Ladies and gentlemen, happy start of the new week. Welcome to the 7 p.m. English newscast on Info Television. We kickstart with our top stories. Schools have resumed all around the national territory with students and pupils answering presents this first day. In this newscast, we shall look at the effectiveness of the kickoff at France Fanon School in Yaoundé, and the first session of the right of the Electoral Board relating to the elections of regional councillors of November 30, 2025, held this September 8 in Yaoundé. And with coach Mark Brice rejuvenates his technical prowess and a star-studded lineup firing on all cylinders, the indomitable Lions are poised to make a strong statement in the World Cup qualifiers. Those were our headlines. Details right ahead. Welcome back. And as you heard in one of our lead stories, on September 8, 2025, students at the France Fanon School in Yaoundé 4 municipality embarked on a new school year with remarkable dedication and focus. Agnes Ayok in this report says despite the challenging weather conditions, the students attended the school today with eagerness to learn. Let's watch.
La philosophie en entrant dans l'histoire de la philosophie. En seconde, nous sommes passés.
Students at France Fanon School observed complete silence and paid great attention as the teachers delivered lessons on September 8, 2025. Despite the adverse morning weather, classes commenced effectively. The principal of France Fanon emphasized that instilling discipline among students is the cornerstone of the school's effectiveness.
The main classes is discipline, concerns discipline. Discipline is for us the imperative that supposes all of us. I believe that when our children master correctly discipline, I believe that all is okay. Pedagogical aspect will come after, but the first thing, the main thing, the first thing is to teach, to explain discipline. In the technical session, students diligently participated in practical lessons, demonstrating their commitment to learning. Although classes officially began on September 8, 2025, some parents are still completing their children's registration process. It is the new student who are there today, in particularly the older teachers, the old teacher are not present. I believe that they will be present next week. That is the reality. As the 2025-2026 school year kicks off, parents are advised to serve as their children's primary disciplinarians, fostering an environment conducive to academic success.
Has commenced all around the national territory. Students and pupils donning their respective school uniforms exhibited palpable zeal as they embraced the fresh school year. The reactions from some students in Yaoundé were captured in the following reports.
Holidays are over. School is back in session. Students and pupils looked their best on the first day, exuding excitement and anticipation for new experiences. Thoughts of new classmates and environment elicited a mix of emotions with some feeling a hint of anxiety.
I'm very anxious about the resumption of school because I'm going to Form 1 and I'll meet a lot of new things, new subjects and new friends. And I'm beginning the secondary school, so that is why I'm excited.
Others expressed readiness to tackle new challenges head-on.
My plans are to study and concentrate as well as be with an efficient answer questions in classes and always be the best version of myself.
I'm going to find new subjects since I'm going to complete because I'm starting the district level this year and I'm very excited about that.
These young scholars have welcomed the 2025-2026 academic year with evident enthusiasm.
Back-to-school bells are ringing at Green Pastures International School. As older children settle into the classrooms, younger ones are still shedding tears on the first day. Patient Shintum reports.
It's September 8th and the 2025-2026 school year is officially underway. At Greener Pastures International School in Yaoundé, 443 out of the 448 pupils enrolled in the nursery and primary sections answered present on day one. All 48 teachers reported for duty, ensuring that classes kicked off without a hitch.
We put in place some workbooks that will enable children solve problems mathematics. At the same time, you want to associate parents in that exercise. You know, with the new curriculum reform, we are now evaluating competence and not knowledge. With these workbooks, now parents can see what evaluating competence means, and they can efficiently help children at home.
For the little ones in pre-nursery and nursery, however, the first day proved emotional.
The first day of school today was not really easy. You know, with the little ones, we have some techniques to manage the kids, but we have been so used to that. So when they come, we have some ways to welcome them. Some of the techniques that we use to welcome the kids, like for instance, let's take the playway methods. We have some games, we have some toy cars, we have the Montessori activity that we introduce to the kids to play them in the classroom for the first time of the day.
The secondary section also opened its doors with over 97% of students present. They came prepared, ready to embrace new challenges and strive for excellent results throughout the year.
We had 3 first lessons: chemistry, math, and English we are having right now. I feel confident because we have a very good staff and they really take us into consideration. They are really kind and willing to help us achieve our goals.
What we want to do this year is to have everybody passing. More so, collaborative work has been enforced.
This year, the Institute is setting its sights on one key priority: sharpening math problem-solving skills among primary school children, preparing them for stronger academic performance. A new year, a new focus, and for learners at every level, from the teary-eyed beginners to ambitious seniors. The journey ahead promises growth, resilience, and success.
Pupils at the St. Joseph Bilingual School Mvolier in Yaoundé started the new academic year this September 8 with songs, smiles, and a sense of serenity. There it was a joyful start. Mimi Chiobo reports.
Lighting up the classroom with songs and smiles conquered the atmosphere at St. Joseph Bilingual School Mvolier in Yaoundé as the children start the new academic year this September 8, 2025 in serenity.
School resumption is very, very effective. All the teachers who have been appointed here are present, and we also notice that children also, they are many. And it is for us a sign that this year is going to be very, very special.
The school focus is on nurturing a strong love for learning, educating the whole child, and integrating faith with knowledge, with vibrant community, and a commitment to academic excellence.
We want our children at the end of the year to pass their exam. We wish to have 100%. And in order for us to achieve it, we have called them to more and more discipline, because without discipline, you cannot succeed. That's why from this morning we began teaching really. So we are telling to children who are still at home that they are already late. Let them not be too late. It is already late. Let them come and join us.
The atmosphere at St. Joseph Bilingual School is one of excitement, enthusiasm, and a commitment to helping students grow and strive.
The principal of Government Bilingual High School, Bikok, has called on students to respect school rules and regulations for a smooth and productive school year. He was speaking at the reopening of the 2025-2026 school year at the school campus. Jude Kenji was on special assignment to Bikok.
At the time of our arrival here at the Government Bilingual High School, Bikok, in the Mefo and Akono division of the Central region of Cameroon, this 8th of September 2025, the students were actively engaged in their first lesson for the day. The principal of GBHS Bikok took the opportunity to caution the students, especially those joining the school for the first time, to respect the school's rules and regulations. This, he emphasized, will enable them to have a smooth and productive school year.
The
message I have passed on this morning is that of the Minister of Secondary Education. It focuses on the theme for the 2025-2026 school year, which is about safety, health, and learning with the aid of artificial intelligence. According to the statistics, out of the expected number of students present, there was a notable turnout. I'm telling you strongly, this morning's attendance statistics for the school reopening shows that out of the expected number of students, we had around 56%. That's above average. For teachers, around 60 were present. So the new school year has officially kicked off and both students and teachers are here.
Les enseignants également.
For those still dragging their feet, the train is rolling.
I want to call students, those are in the village, around. Back to school is today. They have to come and be at school. Classes has gone and teachers are there. So I call them to come to school.
As the new academic year begins, GBHS Bikok sets the stage for a promising future with a focus on discipline and academic excellence. Students are poised to achieve great things.
And away from back to school, let's talk something else as CPDM militants in the Mefo and Afamba Division Center region unite at the party hall this September 9, 2025 in the Mfu subdivision, bringing together elites of the division, mayors of the 8th subdivision and subsection presidents of the various wigs of the party to evaluate activities and strategies of the party as the 2025 presidential election campaign fast approaches. The meeting presided over by the head of the permanent delegation for the Mefo and Afamba division, Luc Magloire Barga Tangana, alongside the president of the parliamentary group, Roger Melingui, Senator Sunak Henriette, among others, has as objective to emerge victorious in the October polls. Militants of the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement in the Mefo and Afamba division reassured President Paul Biya of a 100% victory in the upcoming October 12 presidential elections. And still on the presidential election, the first session as of the rights of the Electoral Board relating to the election of regional councillors of November 30, 2025, held this day in Yaoundé. The conference was chaired by the chairperson of the Electoral Board, Eno Abrams Egbe. Reports.
After the evaluation of the level of preparedness for the forthcoming presidential election on the field, the first statutory session to prepare for and organize the election of regional councillors has been held on September 8, 2025 at the conference room of Elekam.
In accordance with Section 19 of the Electoral Code, we are therefore holding the first statutory session as of right to prepare for and organize the elections of regional councillors. Permit me to welcome each and every one of you. We have just returned from the field where we evaluated the level of preparedness for the forthcoming presidential elections in the various constituencies and also engage with our operational staff to ensure the readiness towards the election.
While chairing the conference, the chairperson of the Electoral Board, Eno Abrams Egbe, highlighted the importance of decentralization while describing regional polls as the foundation in bringing power closer to the citizens.
As you are aware, this election is taking place at a pivotal moment in our electoral history, as it is the first time we have had to conduct an election with another election. This cannot be overstated, as we must navigate through the presidential and regional elections calendar simultaneously. This is a new challenge, but I believe that if we can continue to work harder together, as we always have, we can overcome it.
The conference, which brought together active members of the Electoral Board, ended on grounds that this election is a constitutional duty.
And let's talk news out of Cameroon, as in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, rebels retook Shoha a day after government forces seized it. And in Gaza, Israeli airstrikes hit a mosque and residential tower, with Hamas denying military use claims. And meanwhile, Ethiopia prepares to inaugurate its 5 billion Grand Residence Dam. Jessica Ndiwum tells us more.
In Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, the M23 rebel group has recaptured the town of Shoa in North Kivu province, just one day after it briefly fell under the control of the Congolese army and pro-government Wazalendo militia. Residents said the rebels launched a surprise offensive early on Sunday, forcing the Wazalendo to retreat. Heavy fighting rocked the area on Saturday, but calm returned by Sunday afternoon. The town of Shoa is located in Masisi territory, a region rich in gold, cobalt and tantalum, and has been a hotbed of violence for over 3 months as rebels and government forces battle for control. This latest clash occurs despite ongoing peace efforts. In July, the DRC and rebel groups, including M23, signed a ceasefire in Doha, but fighting has intensified. Additionally, Israel's strikes in Gaza City have destroyed a mosque and a residential tower. Airstrikes also hit tents, homes, and AI Farabi school. Hours later, the military flattened the 7-story Al Rora tower after ordering evacuations. Local reporters said families fled with their belongings before the airstrike reduced the tower and nearby tents to rubble. Israel claimed the targeted building had been used by Hamas for military and intelligence gathering activities. Hamas denied these accusations, calling it a false pretext meant to justify bombing residential blocks. Meanwhile, Ethiopia is preparing for the inauguration on Tuesday of its controversial Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam (GERD). The mega project, built by Addis Ababa on the Blue Nile, has raised concerns in Egypt and Sudan over potential reductions in downstream water levels. Many African leaders are expected to skip Tuesday's inauguration due to the controversy. The 5 billion dam has been under construction since 2011 and is expected to produce over 5,000 megawatts, doubling Ethiopia's current output. Some of this power will be exported to neighboring countries, despite the formation of a joint panel to discuss sharing of the Blue Nile's water. Tensions remain high. Egypt has denounced what it calls Addis Ababa's unilateral decisions regarding the use of the Nile's waters.
Let's now talk football. With coach Mark Breeze restoring his technical expertise, Cameroon's indomitable Lions are poised to make a strong statement in the World Cup qualifiers. They face Cabo Verde on September 9, 2025. Our sports reporter, Philips Enchi, expatiates.
The upcoming match between Cabo Verde and Cameroon in the World Cup qualifiers promises to be an electrifying encounter. Both teams are in strong form and the stakes are high, with qualification on the line. Cabo Verde is riding high after a 2-0 victory over Mauritius, keeping their qualification hopes firmly on the track. With 5 wins in 7 matches, the Blue Sharks are on top of Group D and will look to extend their winning streak against Cameroon. Their solid record has seen them score 9 goals and concede only 5. Cameroon, meanwhile, is confident after a 3-0 victory over Eswatini, remaining unbeaten in 13 matches. The Indomitable Lions have the group's strongest attack and defense and sit just 1 point behind Cabo Verde. With a record 8 World Cup appearance, Cameroon aims to secure direct qualification. Historically, Cameroon has dominated the head-to-head record, winning 4 of the last 8 meetings. However, Cabo Verde has been formidable at home and poses a significant challenge. The match promises to be intense, with both teams fighting for a crucial win. Under the guidance of coach Mark Breeze, the Indomitable Lions are fine-tuning their skills as they push forward in the World Cup qualifiers. The team stars studded lineup featuring the likes of Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting, Andre Onana, Vincent Aboubakar, Brian Buemo, Carlos Baleba and others are gaining momentum in the competition. These talented players are showcasing their expertise, employing innovative tactics and strategies to outmaneuver their opponents. With coach Mark Breeze at the helm, the team is determined to deliver its best performance and secure a spot in the World Cup. The stage is set for a thrilling encounter that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. Will Cabo Verde continue their winning streak, or will Cameroon assert their dominance? The world will be watching as these two African giants clash in a crucial World Cup qualifier.
And still in sports, Chinga FC is the winner of this year's edition of the Philomene Etundingwa football tournament. This was during an encounter beating Horizon FC 2-0 this Sunday at the Nkozwa Municipality Stadium. Let's watch.
The final of the Philomene Etundingwa football tournament was played between Tinga FC in green and Horizon FC in yellow at the Nkozwa Municipal Stadium this Sunday, 7th of September 2025. Tinga FC dominated the game, scoring 2 goals in the first half and maintaining their lead to the end. The final score was 2-0 in favor of Tinga FC, securing their championship title. The tournament was not just about sports, it was also an opportunity to caution youths to be law-abiding and respect peace before, during and after the upcoming presidential election.
Because she's a partner of the SWA Council. And I would like to seize this occasion to diffuse a message of peace. Now, before the presidential election, during the presidential election, and after the presidential election, we are brothers and sisters living together. So it is important that we preserve the peace, because without peace, we cannot obtain the development. We cannot achieve the development. This is why it is important that Cameroonians, and especially those of SWA Council, preserve the peace now.
The organizers achieved their objective and the event was a success. During this championship, there was social cohesion, there was living together. There were many, a variety of ethnic groups, a variety of people, and that's what really encouraged us. That's what motivates us to organize more and more of this championship. For nearly 10 years, to be exact, 9 years now, Mrs. Etundingwa Philomene has been organizing this tournament, which is popular and increasingly attracts a large crowd. As you can see for yourself, it's to celebrate community unity, to celebrate sports, to celebrate diversity, to celebrate peace, and also to celebrate prosperity, and to keep young people occupied. Not just young people, but as you can see, that's a perfect blend between youth and those we today refer to as elderly, but who in reality are also part of our young population. The trophy handover ceremony was rich in sound and color, with artists in attendance, adding to the grandeur of the event. The presence of prominent figures and festive atmosphere made the occasion truly special. The organizers were satisfied with the outcome of the tournament, having achieved their goals of promoting peace, unity, and sportsmanship among the youths.
And still in the same light, the mayor of Mbalmayo, Dieudonné Zangba Obele, rallied the youth of the Ngat Bane community for a spirited football match on September 7, 2025. The event celebrated the 7th edition of the Tata Fifi tournament. Let's watch.
After 2 months of intense training, the Ngat Ban community celebrated the 42nd edition of the Tata Fifi tournament in style. The senior divisional officer of Mbalmayo, Jules Christian Sadi, launched the match with the opening kick in a hard-fought game. Afebe FC broke through in the second half, securing victory with a decisive 1-0 goal after a fierce battle with New Generation FC. The winning team credited their strategy and motivation as keys to their success. If you don't score at the start, you rely on perseverance, spirit, and morale. Even if you don't win with technique, you can win through endurance, and that's exactly what happened this afternoon. You know, in joy, there are no words. All I can say is the goal of this final was to win, and we did it. It's all about the festivities, the joy. Ending the holidays with such a celebration is truly wonderful. The losing team shared their emotions, reflecting on the challenges and lessons learned from the intense match. It was a football match, 4 to 5 minutes each half. Both teams came to win the final, and it could have gone either way. We played well, but that's football. Anything can happen on the pitch. To conclude the celebrations in style, the Ngat Ban community received school didactic materials and cash awards to support students' youths. Additionally, a special prize of 1 million CFA franc was presented to a local farmer, highlighting the community's plan of action. I will bring together representatives from the 4 sectors to review our needs and resources. For instance, we will assess requirements for weeders, brewers, and shovels and agree on how to allocate the available materials. Additionally, we will foster healthy competition among the sectors to encourage efficiency and productivity. The 42nd edition of the Tata Fifi tournament also paid tribute to Professor Mbala Owona Rigobert, a revered icon of the Nyong and Seoul division and a role model inspiring the community's youth through his dedication to education and cultural values. Mayor Dieudonné Zangba Obele highlighted the significance of the competition, expressing satisfaction with its success while emphasizing the importance of honoring Professor Mbala Owona Rigobert. When I first took charge of this championship, I led it personally. Today, I work alongside a dedicated team that organizes every aspect of the event. It is important to give young people responsibilities so they can learn and grow. I created this championship in 1983, and each year it continues to evolve and make a difference. I am proud of the spirit of solidarity that has been displayed. You've heard it, most of the support came from the elites of the division and several local businesses. I believe this is the path we must follow, supporting one another and giving back to the community. Over the years, we have assisted disabled, supportive of the deceased, individuals and children, showing that this championship is not just about football, it's about fostering unity, care and responsibility. Mbalmayo's youths showcase not only their football skills but also their community spirit, with awards for students, support for local farmers, and a heartfelt tribute to Professor Mbala Owona Rigobert. The event blended sports, culture, and education, leaving the community inspired as the new school year begins.
And that does it for tonight's edition of our news. But before we go, a recap of our top stories. Schools have resumed all around the national territory, with students and pupils answering present this first day. And in this newscast, we looked at the effectiveness of the kickoff. And the first edition as of the right of the Electoral Board relating to the election of regional councillors on November 30, 2025, held this September 8 in Yaoundé. With coach Mark Breeze restoring his technical expertise, Cameroon's indomitable Lions are poised to make a strong statement in the World Cup qualifiers. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for your keen attention and staying the company of our programs. Don't go nowhere, as Claudian Ta is coming up at exactly 8 p.m. with the news in the French language. Have a good evening.